This is Schonchin Butte. It's a cinder cone volcano, and yeah, so I thought we would climb it today. That sounds like fun. It's supposed to be an absolutely gorgeous view in all directions, so whew, it's gonna be great. This is the Schonchin Butte Trail, and this is on the east side of the butte. The west side, as you could see, was much smoother, had very little vegetation. So this side clearly has far more trees and vegetation. I don't want to walk too close to the edge because it just keeps getting steeper and steeper. But yeah, like it just drops off. It's just the side of this here mountain just disappears. Oh wow, look off in the distance here. You see a whole collapsed trench from a lava tube. Like this whole lava tube is collapsed. Oh, I'll have to show you this. This particular cinder cone last erupted 65,000 years ago. And what a cinder cone does is the lava is very bubbly, it's very gassy, and that makes it sputter and just spit out like these really small rocks. And if you look, yeah, on this west and southern face, it's really smooth and it goes off, but yeah, the rocks are very loose. But if you look close at the rocks, they have lots and lots of holes in them. This fire lookout right here, it's really amazing. This was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps back in the 30s. So the view from up here is amazing. Oh my gosh, the view is just incredible. I'm looking west right now at Mount Shasta, and yeah, Mount Shasta is one of the largest volcanoes in the Cascade Range. It's a huge 14,000 foot peak, but it pales in comparison with the Medicine Lake volcano, which is what we're standing on right now. The Medicine Lake volcano is a shield volcano, and it covers this entire area here. This whole thing is the Medicine Lake volcano. So I'm looking east here, and I'm seeing this huge lava flow that goes all the way up towards Tule Lake. All of this lava flow that goes all the way up there and all the way down, that all came from Mammoth Crater. It flowed from right up there and just flowed all the way down. It's a huge lava flow. So what's amazing is that there are just cinder cones in all directions. There's just so many cinder cones here. And here I'm looking north right now. And as I look north, I see Tule Lake. And then just to the left of Tule Lake is Gillum's Bluff, which is a fault scarp. And then just to the left of that are two more fault scarps. And those are created because the land here is actually being pulled apart. And so those faults, as it pulls apart, the land will sink in the middle. And so those fault scarps are from the land pulling apart and then sinking here. Off in the distance, up north, is Tule Lake. And 100 years ago, Tule Lake was 10 times the size it was now. It's now just a tiny fraction. It used to be basically an inland sea. Early in the 19th century, the United States government basically drained the lake for farmland, for settlers. And so the Bureau of Reclamation reclaimed the land by, of course, draining the lake. And yes, just in case you were wondering, there is a crater up here. Although it's not quite as dramatic as like Mammoth Crater. But there is indeed a crater up here. This is Meryl Ice Cave, and yeah, I thought since we were right across the street, we might as well just run on down in and see what it looks like. So, all right, let's go. All right, we are descending down into Meryl's Ice Cave. So, yeah, this is. Maybe I should switch up hands. All right. Don't know how much you can see, but. It's a ways down. Let's see. This is. All right. I'm at the bottom. Well, no, I'm not at the bottom. Oh my gosh. So this is as far down as we go, and there's a mist in the air, and it's dramatically colder, but it's definitely not below freezing, and that's kind of the problem. The problem here is that it doesn't stay frozen all year round anymore. Back in 2000 was the first year that all the ice melted. And in the last 100 years, the average temperature here at lava beds has risen by over 2 degrees. There used to be a very thick layer of ice on the floor here, and people back in the 1920s would ice skate in here. Like dozens of people would ice skate by lantern light. And it would stay frozen all year round, and now, of course, it doesn't stay frozen all year round, and that's the problem. So it's a little spooky listening to the water drip off the walls, though. Yeah, a little. Just a tiny bit. I'm just headed back to the car, and the sun has gone down, and the sky to the east has the most beautiful pinkish and reds. It's just absolutely beautiful, and every time I try to get some pictures of it, my camera goes out of focus. But oh my gosh, this view right here, right now, it's pretty amazing.